Florida's job growth picking up steam. The state seeing the largest monthly unemployment rate decline in 20 years. Joining us from Tallahassee, Florida, is Republican Governor Rick Scott. Great to see you, Governor.
Nice
We caught up a little bit at the Correspondents' Dinner, but I want to let you talk about Florida for sure. But I don't know if you saw the Journal today, and there's a big Scott Walker piece about Wisconsin, and I couldn't help but see some of the parallels. Wisconsin's moving up quickly in its environment for business, just like Florida is. All of those reforms that Scott Walker put in this recall, none of his opponents are talking about those reforms because they're all working in terms of even schools have not had to lay off teachers, because when you get your health care and some of your pension things in line, and maybe have the public union employees just contribute a little bit, not even as much as the private sector, then you don't have to lay off people. The property taxes fell for the first time since '98. They saved $1 billion, and so you wonder, and you've had to do the same thing, and you took your lumps. You were down under 30% approval rating, right?
Yeah.
And now,
well, he's doing the right thing. I mean, you just follow what Rick Perry's done. He says, look, we're going to make this, he says, we're going to make Texas the place where people want to do business. That's what Scott Walker's doing, Bobby Jindal, a lot of other governors are doing.
Mitch Daniels.
That's what we're doing. Oh, Mitch Daniels, look at how he's moved up. But look, you have to think like a business person. How do we make businesses more productive in our state? If they do better in our states are going to grow. Lower taxes, less regulation, less litigation, easier permitting. And guess what? They start hiring people because they can succeed. Now, we've got some inherent advantages, the best beaches, the best weather. The expansion of the Panama Canal will help us. The expansion of the economies in Central and South America. But ultimately do I have people working with me that like business people? Do they treat them with respect and say, how do I make sure your business can succeed in Florida? That's what Perry's done in Texas. That's what Scott Walker's doing. A lot of these governors are doing. Mitch Daniels has done it for years. I guess he's been up there 7 years. They've done a great job.
Unfortunately, at the national level, I think the government feels that, well, you're not going to leave the United States. So they can't draw the same parallels from what they see happening in these states in terms of regulation and taxation. And they think, well, you're going to have to stay in the United States.
No.
But that's not true.
No. I mean, look, we have the highest corporate tax rates in the world. We've got more regulation. We've got more litigation. If we want foreign companies to headquarter here, if you're a new person, if you're a person starting your business and you say, I could do it in America, I could do it in some place that's an easier place to do business. Because when you go shop, you don't say, oh gosh, I'm only going to buy an American product. I'll pay for those higher taxes, and I know the cost of litigation's more, the cost of permitting and regulation, I'll pay a little bit more. You won't. Businesses can't do it, you can't do it, and you won't do it. We've got to make America the safe haven for businesses, because lower taxes, less regulation, less litigation, easier permitting. Now, there's some logical things we have to do to take care of our environment and things like that, and we're going to do those. But we have got to compete in the world market, or we won't have jobs. I think about every day the people making $40,000 a year struggling in my state. They want a job. They want an education for their child, and they want a job.
No, there's another good piece in the Journal instead. You know, it'd be nice to somehow put a maximum rate on student loans, but how much better would it be if you got out of school and then got a job? I mean, wouldn't you be focusing on, instead of, focusing on, going college campus to college campus to college campus, talking about setting interest rates at a certain level, how about going in and being able to talk about how many jobs are being created for these college kids?
Absolutely. That's what I'm doing here. What we're talking about here is what degrees are our students getting? Are they getting jobs? Focus on the areas. Let's make sure these students know, look, if you go get a job in this area, if you go get a degree in this area, there's no jobs. I mean, so we're going to let everybody know in our state where the jobs are. We're going to focus our degrees on where the jobs are. We're going to make sure these kids can get jobs when they get out of school.
You can't pay off, and if you got no job, it doesn't matter whether you're paying off a student loan at 2% or 8%. So we got to go. We only got 30 seconds, Governor. We want to see you again soon, but I like your missionary zeal for jobs, and that's all you ever talk about. That's a word that, that's the one thing that comes out of your mouth more than anything else, jobs. And I'm just wondering how we can make money, buy some Florida companies, I guess. I don't know how our investors can benefit from your advice. But
just follow the companies in Florida. They're going to do really well.
All right. That's a good idea, a little basket of Florida companies. Thanks, Governor.
Okay.